This is the story, the fantastically true story, of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. The Communist Party is easy to join. It's downhill all the way. To escape from it is not so easy. This is the story of how one comrade found the courage to try. It's a beautiful day, Philbrick. Nice neighborhood, too. Cheerful house. Who'd ever suspect? Well, they never suspect cancer in the glow of health either. But it starts from one new little malignant cell. That's the way this sickness starts, too. From one new little communist cell.
Comrade Herb, Comrade Ray.
Comrade?
There she is, Comrade. I'll let her in and we can get started.
Everyone here?
Ready and waiting.
If it hasn't already occurred to you, let me preface this conference with the fact that you are a specially selected group, and until further notice, you will devote your time and talents especially to the project I'll explain to you. Soon now, the annual national fundraising campaign to support Free World Movement will be started. Our job is to hamstring that campaign. As you know, Free World Movement is an unofficial, privately operated organization. Its lifeblood is the flow of millions of American dollars donated by misguided citizens. There are several methods to be used in stopping that flow.
If there was ever any doubt about the effectiveness of Free World Movement, this erased it. When the commies holler help, they're being hit and it hurts. The same old story. Deceit, slander, and confusion, with a few new gimmicks thrown in.
And you, Kenneth, will plant comment unfavorable to Free World Movement that can be accredited to well-known personalities who appear in your magazines. This is source material you will find useful. This applies particularly to your assignment.
Comrade Jane, this assignment is too much for me right now.
How do you mean?
Well, I simply can't do it. It's impossible. My own research work has me snowed under.
Maybe I didn't make it perfectly clear just how important.
I realize how important it is, comrade. That's why I felt I should tell you now that I can't do it justice. I just can't.
Let me emphasize the fact that we are working on direct orders from very high up as part of a coordinated nationwide drive. Because your part in this work requires subtlety and finesse, does not mean it can be half-hearted or slack.
That's right. Because this time they can measure our success or failure exactly in hard cash. Or let's hope in lack of hard cash.
It will be better for all if each of us does his job thoroughly and without question. Comrade, can you compile that list of magazines for Comrade Kenneth tonight before 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I guess so.
Good. Deliver it to the office.
What a day. It isn't even over yet. You cataloged every magazine in the public library and on an empty stomach to boot. What a woman. She can cook, too. use the protection of your own home, Philbrick. Get off by yourself to the secret room so the comrades won't find out that you write letters to the FBI. There was a new one today, one Comrade Ray. New to me, at least. But he seemed to be an old-timer in the party and quite respected. But something about him doesn't gel. All I can say is he was really dragging his feet today. For good measure, a few other letters saved just for camouflage. What would a mailbox snooper find? The ordinary monthly bills. Could I have a locker key, please?
Sit down, we'll sweat it out. Hope you don't mind a little steam, Herb.
I'm pre-shrunk, Jerry. Matter of fact, I kind of enjoy this kind of heat.
Herb, you may have hooked onto a big one. Your comrade Ray, I mean, the one who's been dragging his feet. Just how did you mean dragging his feet?
Well, he didn't have any enthusiasm. He acted bored, preoccupied.
Like it was all old stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
And what else?
Tried to get out of his assignment.
How?
Well, he claimed that his personal research work had him snowed under. It was impossible for him to give any time.
How'd it turn out?
Comrade Jane sat on him and he backed down. You know, I don't quite get this, Jerry. I don't want to give you a bum steer. Maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill.
In this business, Herb, you never know which is which. I sent you a description of him to Washington, and they shot back a history on him. If it's the same Ray, and we're pretty sure it is, he's held some interesting positions over the years, especially if he's been a party member all that time. He's a research biologist, and a good one. He's written a dozen or more books, and he's held some important positions in his field.
For the party?
Well, there's no criminal record against him, but it's a cinch he can fill in an awful lot of the blanks.
If he would talk.
Yes, if he would talk.
Well, I'll do what I can, Jerry, but it's pretty risky business, one comrade pumping another.
Now you're jumping the gun, Herb. Now here's the deal, see what you think. It might just be that Comrade Ray has seen the light. He may want out.
You think that's why he's dragging his feet?
It's not a bad indication, Herb. When's your next meeting?
Tonight at 7.
Same place?
Yeah.
Suppose you get a chance to get next to Ray for a while? Easily?
Well, as a matter of fact, by stretching a point or two, there's some similarity between our two projects. Suppose I volunteered to work with Ray on this project.
That'd be perfect. It'll give you time to look him over for a crack in the concrete. Suppose you can do this without sticking your neck out?
My neck's been out so long, I'm almost used to it. See you.
Next week, that eminent gentleman will say in a speech that a traitor's still a traitor, even when he comes over to your side. And free world movement will be his primary documented evidence. The speech has already been approved as written.
That's excellent. Now there is another
Comrade
clause.
Jane, before we go on, there's a suggestion I'd like to make.
What is it?
Well, I noticed during these reports that there's a similarity between Comrade Ray's project and mine that I don't think we're exploiting.
Yes, well?
Comrade Ray's work is going to reach the farmers in this area on the individual level. My work is going to reach those same farmers, but through the big manufacturers.
What are you getting at?
Well, I don't have any specific ideas worked out yet, but I'm sure it'd be mutually advantageous if Comrade Ray and I worked together on this.
What's your feeling, comrade?
Well, frankly, the relationship seems a little vague.
Well, it's an obvious opportunity to use each one as a lever to help the other.
I think he has something.
Well, of course, I'm not an advertising man. Perhaps I don't see these things as
Do
graphically
you
as...
have any real objection to working with Comrade Herb?
No. Of course not.
It's settled then. He'll work together on this assignment until it's finished. Arrange details yourselves. Between you, I'm sure we can expect big things.
Being spied on brings out nothing but resentment.
What?
Now listen to them.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'd resent having to live in a glass box, too. Hey, they're persistent little guys, aren't they?
Yeah, but they're not guys. They're girls.
Oh, maybe that explains the persistence.
No, not necessarily. Actually, they're sexless. Just workers.
Yeah? Seem happy enough. Guess they're well organized, huh?
A bee colony is a well-organized society, all right, but happy? I'm not so sure. I've spent the better part of my career learning that there's more to life than organization and work. Or there ought to be.
You mean bees don't have very much fun?
No, bees don't have very much fun. Now, I'm thinking of my boy. He's away at college now, of course. But for utter disorganization and sheer fun...
Yeah, well, I guess we better get to work. I haven't got much time.
Yes. For the moment there, I forgot what you actually came out here for.
So did I. That would never do, would it?
Hello, may I help you?
I'd like some of your special pipe mixture, please.
Oh, I'll have to call the manager.
How do you do, sir?
Hello, I'd like some of your special pipe mixture, please.
Surely. There's a good one.
Thank you.
How'd it go, Herb?
I'm working with him.
Here, try some of mine.
Oh, thanks.
Probably a little too early to tell much, huh?
Probably. Unless you believe in signs.
It's my life work collecting signs.
I think Comrade Ray is right. I think he's sick of it, every bit of it. He let me know pretty plainly.
Why should he pop off to you? It doesn't tally, Herb. You're one of them.
That crack in the concrete you were looking for, Jerry, is there. I saw it.
Fine. Now our next step is to find a wedge.
Any ideas?
Well, let's try it the obvious way. Work with what we've got. Apparently he likes you.
Yeah, I think he does.
Good. Next time he opens up, make him hate you. Hit him with the party line, Herb. Drive it into that crack and keep driving it.
Till it splits wide open.
Until it splits wide open. And if this plan works, Herb, it might put you in a pretty tough spot.
You mean because I suggested working with him?
That's right. Your comrades are experts at cause and effect. They might just figure it. Keep your eyes open, Herb.
You finally find one nice guy in the Communist Party, and to help him, you have to hurt him. He likes you, so you have to make him hate you. But if he hates you enough, it may be the biggest favor that anyone can do for him. From here on, you're walking a tightrope, so don't slip, Philbrick.
Come in, my friend.
Hey, something really smells good around here.
It's the clover. Delightful. No wonder the bees like it. Join me in a controlled experiment. Wild weed blossom honey. Not very fancy, but wholesome.
Ah, well, we don't need the bourgeois frills, do we, comrade? By the way, take a look at this ad I found. It's an ad for the Free World Movement. Hit him again. Pour it on. The straight, hard party line. Keep hammering. If it hurts, so what? An emergency amputation always hurts when it's done with a blunt instrument.
I'm afraid I don't see what you mean.
Sure you do, comrade. Look, if we can arrange to get this article of yours published on the opposite page from this ad, it'll point out to people the obvious half-truths in this free world movement. That's the whole party strategy, to undermine people's confidence in this movement. That's it. Make him work at it. Keep his nose to the proletarian grindstone. All right, comrade. We really made some progress.
I'm glad you think so.
Oh, if we keep on like this, we'll soon have the fascist propagandists on the run. That's what you've got to do. Hit them hard and keep on hitting them. Never forget the party line, comrade. That's the way. Knock him down. Now don't give him a chance to get up. It's been a rough week, Philbrick. You've hammered the communist line into him until it sounds like a broken record of every rancid cliche in the book. Maybe you went too far. Well, you'll soon know. Go on in. You can't hedge on a summons from the party.
Come in. There's something I have to know from you, comrade. Why you have deliberately neglected some of your most important party responsibilities.
I don't understand, comrades. I've never ignored an important party responsibility. I've given every project everything I had.
There are certain responsibilities that don't require an assignment. They're automatic. The lowest grubber knows that. It's one of the first things he learns.
Comrades, I don't understand.
How long have you known Comrade Ray?
Since you introduced me to him 2 weeks ago at that cell meeting.
And you've worked with him almost constantly during that time.
Why haven't you reported him?
Hasn't our work on the project been satisfactory?
Your part, yes. But we've been watching Comrade Ray for some time. It's perfectly obvious you've been carrying him. Why?
In fact, you were extremely anxious to work with him in the first place. Strangely anxious, it seems to me.
The two assignments dovetailed.
They often do.
Well, in this case, each half was essential. I felt that by collaborating with him, I could make sure that his half kept pace with mine, to the ultimate benefit of the whole project.
Commendable, I'm sure. Still, the question remains.
Maybe he's changed his mind. Perhaps he wants out of the party. Have you considered that?
Oh, yes. But remember, he's spent a lifetime building a reputation. He's no fool. He's not going to jeopardize all that by such a stupid move.
It's much too late for him to change.
Yes, Comrade Ray's been in too long and knows far too much to try to get out now. Or be permitted out.
And certainly he knows what's happened to some of the others who have tried. Of course, nothing's going to happen to him if he straightens out.
Well, we'll wait and see, but we won't wait long. You, comrade, will be contacted soon. Meanwhile, I suggest you give serious thought to the basic precepts of party unity.
Shove some of that history out of the way. You sounded pretty upset on the phone, Herb. Were you tailed?
Yeah, but I lost him. I'm worried about Comrade Ray.
What happened?
They've threatened him with everything from blackmail to murder. I was there.
He's scared, huh?
Scared stiff. I'm afraid we may lose him.
If it's any comfort to you, we're keeping pretty close tabs on him. So if he does decide to get out...
Yeah, but that's just it. For him to get out of the party now would take an enormous amount of courage. And I've done just about everything I can for him.
There's one possibility, Herb. Ray got a telegram this afternoon. His son's coming home from college for a visit. Be in tonight at 7.
What kind of a break is that?
Depends on you. And the kind of a recruiter you are for new young comrades.
You mean work on the boy? Hit it Ray through him?
It's your decision, Herb. I'll be at my private number. Call me. Either way.
Well, you must be Bill. I'm Herb Philbrick. I'm a friend of your father's.
Glad to know you, Mr. Philbrick. Won't you come in?
Oh. Thanks.
Dad's lying down right now. He's not feeling very well. But I'll tell him you're here.
Oh, well, let's let him rest for a while. He's been working pretty hard lately. I ought to know. I've been working with him.
Oh, really? Are you a biologist too, Mr. Philbrick?
No, I'm in advertising. But your father and I have been working on this, well, kind of a project together. Advertising honey.
Dad gets quite a kick out of those darn bees.
Yeah. Well, Bill, I suppose you've got your job all picked out for after college?
Well, no, I haven't. It's sort of tough to know what to do these days.
Yeah, it sure is. Especially with the world situation in such a mess.
You know, I can't understand why that is, Mr. Philbrick.
Bill, if you don't mind, would you call me Herb?
Okay. Herb.
It's not too difficult to understand. What you got to remember, Bill, is that there are certain natural laws that are being violated.
The natural laws? How do you mean?
He's a fine kid, so take it easy. Not enough to hurt him. Just enough so an old-timer like Ray can't miss the signs of the communist line. This has got to work, Philbrick. If Ray does break out, the FBI should be there to run interference for him.
I see what you mean. We've talked some economics at our bull session at school, but I sure never looked at it that way before. That's very interesting. I'd like to find out more about it.
Hey, then I know just the people you ought to meet, Bill. I'll be glad to introduce you to them.
Gee, I'd like that.
Why don't I pick you up tomorrow around 10 o'clock? Come on down to the office and we'll take a look around down there and then we'll have some lunch.
Say that's a date.
All right, then after lunch we'll... Ray. Bill and I have been killing time waiting for you.
I didn't know you were here.
Oh, that's all right. Bill's been taking great care of me. Got quite a head on his shoulders. You ought to be pretty proud of that boy.
I am.
I dropped over in the hopes that we could get in a few licks on our project.
And I'm not feeling very well tonight.
Well, there are a couple of things that really need pinning down, Ray.
Well, listen, if I'm in the way, just give me the word.
No, you stick around. Maybe you can help us.
No, I really can't work tonight. It'll have to wait until tomorrow.
What kind of a slave driver am I? Of course it can wait till tomorrow. Good night, Bill.
Good night, Herb. See you in the morning for sure.
Good. Good night, Ray.
Gee, he's a great guy. He's got some pretty great ideas, Dad. Gave me a new slant on things.
He gave you a new slant?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I've got a date to meet him tomorrow morning. There's some people he wants me to meet.
Oh, Ray. Hope you're feeling better today.
I want you to leave my son alone.
I'm not sure I like your attitude, comrade.
Don't use that term here. Bill knows nothing about that. Any of it.
So I noticed last night. At his age, he should be thoroughly politicized.
Stop it.
With his intelligence and ability, he could be an invaluable worker for us. You've been neglecting him. Well, if you won't face up to your party duties, somebody else will face up to them for you.
Get out of here.
I've got a date with Bill.
No, you haven't. Not you nor any of your kind. Ever.
Careful, comrade.
I've despised myself too long. I stayed awake all night thinking. And I reached a decision. The only decent decision possible. Get out. Get out of here.
Do you realize what's going to happen to you?
I don't care. I only know what must not happen to my son.
Certain people are going to hear about this. You're finished, comrade.
No, comrade. I'm just beginning.
That's right, Ray. Just beginning. That's the wedge in the concrete Dressler was looking for. And we split it wide open. Godspeed, my friend. Godspeed. When Comrade Ray found the strength to become just plain Ray Weber again, he gave valuable information to the FBI, which added to their knowledge of party activities. Next week, another story from the files of a man who spent 9 fantastic years as a counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.